We're Project Group 5, and this is our Airborne Express presentation. So the express mail industry has seen a lot of changes since it began in the early 20th century, and most of that has been due to technological improvements in transportation. But recently, there's been an increased focus on serving the customer. For example, overnight and express shipping is universally available, not just to businesses. And from that increased customer base, they're able to segment their customers based on the shipping speed that they want. For the customers who will pay a premium to get their package to the destination faster, and the customers, large customers like businesses, who want a discount. There's been heavy investment in customer service, in training enormous staff to man call centers that handle hundreds of thousands of calls per day to facilitate shipments. And there's also been an increase in self-service options for customers. They've built more drop-off centers for packages and then allowed for website tracking of packages and printing of shipping labels. And these changes have affected small competitors because they have taken a lot of capital investment and a lot of training investment, and those resources are not as readily available to small express mail competitors.
Airborne's strategy that has been so successful in the past has been using its unique resources, such as its major privately owned airport hub, so they don't have to pay fees, and they own their own warehouse on the property. They're able to use repurposed passenger planes and have only a 50% unionized labor force. And they use a 500-person sales force to target specific businesses. The environment of late has been advantageous because UPS has been on strike. Businesses have been trying to reduce their inventories and rely even more heavily on shipping to get the parts they need. And UPS and FedEx, though, have started to use shipping zones, which Airborne hasn't incorporated yet, to reduce cost for smaller distances of mail being delivered. But Airborne, even though it's smaller, is focused specifically in the metropolitan businesses in the United States, enabling it to have a historical cost advantage and provide differentiation by providing things like early morning delivery to its businesses that it services. UPS and FedEx, though, have responded, just trying to eat away on this advantage by things like the zones and also offering early morning delivery. But in the past, because they've made minimal investments in things like tracking technology, marketing, and worldwide distribution, they've been able to stay ahead of these two giants. And they're able to be more nimble and have better utilization of their resources, like aircraft, and use more trucks instead of airplanes.
Airborne's strategies led to a competitive advantage. Airborne's cost position compared to FedEx results in 10% labor force compared to its competitors, 35% vehicle force, 60 of which their drivers are subcontracted at 10% reduced cost. They have negligible mass media advertising, only 50% of sales force compared to its competitors, and they've tailored their service to their high volume customers. Ultimately, the estimated cost per unit delivered by Airborne is 35% of the cost of FedEx. On the other hand, the relative price comparison shows that they're able to charge their customers 80% of the cost that FedEx is able to charge for overnight delivery. What this leads to is a dual advantage. Airborne has created value by enhancing the margin between 20% less price, but only 65% less cost.
There's three elements that Airborne can focus on to strengthen their company's position. The first is invest more resources in R&D. An Airborne manager has been quoted as saying, they use their competitors as guinea pigs and let them try out new stuff and see what works. And this wait and see approach is a dangerous game because Airborne risks being a laggard and a late adapter and ceding significant competitive advantages that are developed by either FedEx or UPS because they're not investing the resources into their R&D, specifically their website functionality. The piece said that both FedEx and UPS have a more robust website than Airborne, and this could hurt them in the long run with their customers as more people rely on e-commerce rather than contacting direct sales reps. Another aspect that they can do, speaking of their specific clientele, is they can focus on developing relationships with companies like Xerox, Nike, and Compaq, and fleshing out this niche market. FedEx and Airborne and UPS have all saturated the market. So now the two 900-pound gorillas are looking for marginal profits, and they're looking to secure relationships with the players that Airborne already has. The third element that Airborne should consider is first acquisition of a second-tier player that has a global network like DHL World Express. Secondary would be a merger, but first should be an acquisition because they're a second-tier player, and Airborne is one of the three leaders in parcel delivery. This will allow them to secure a spot in the global market because DHL has already fleshed out that area, and they can use their significant competitive advantage that they have of catering their business towards specific clientele, like I previously mentioned with Xerox and Nike, and they can carry this over to these global players. This has been Group 5's presentation on Airborne Express. Thank you.